Hi there, signs of Libra. This is Kim with your next 48-hour reading. Hope you're doing really good out there. Let's get right into the reading. Of course, we like to ask that your spirit guides and your angels join us because these messages are made to resonate for your most high. So let's see what we've got going on. Burned a little bit of sage. You can even see it still burning there. So the energy is neutral for Libras. Libra, I'm trying to remember your last reading. I'm pretty sure it was, oh yes, I remember it. Okay. I remember it. It was good, but it had that, had a little bit to it that was kind of heartbreaking. So we're going to pull through that and get something different. I really sincerely hope we get something a little bit different because Libra's last few maybe a few weeks or so, your readings have been like there's been an issue. There's been some kind of issue going on with you. Yeah, well, see, here we go. Five of Swords. This, to me, when I'm doing these general readings, usually this is about feeling internally conflicted, like conflicted about something. You know, on the card, people are being conflicted as to whether they even want to really fight. One person looks like they're crying in the background, and then there's somebody that has the swords, so looking like they've got an advantage. I don't know what this means. I don't know yet, but we're gonna have to see. There's your solution. There you go. When you show up to your own reading, but you're the challenge. You're the challenge. Showing up to your reading as the challenge. Oh, yeah, God. See, I don't know what it is. The Libras are going through some crap lately, man. 2 for the outcome. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Death card in tarot, you know, is a huge change and transformation. There is something that you're going to either somebody is okay, never mind. Let me start with the past, because that's where we get our point from, our perspective. The perspective is coming from a situation that really was working out quite well, or that was easy to build, maybe a relationship, or no, you know, I won't say easy, but something that was like successful, as far as maybe this is a person. Maybe this is an archetype that you were able to feel like you fit into, really successful, feeling like you could build things, like you had the know-how, what action to take. So that's that past energy, and that's the perspective. I think that you're grabbing, of course, something from the past to come up with a solution. This is actually a really kind of good sign to see the 9 of Swords in reverse. I have a feeling your readings are going to be a lot better from here on, because the 10 crowning you, that's being completely just done over with the situation, right? Done with the situation. It feels like somebody has hurt you too much, and you're over it. The 9 of Swords says you're not really worried that there's nothing for you to do in this situation, and there's nothing that's going to make something really better at this point. It's like that energy of what's done is done, and you're not really worried as much. And I feel like a solution has come to you regarding your justice. Your justice, your truth, your clarity, for the scales to be balanced. So if this is the challenge, then it obviously feels way off balance, right? Now, you could be wondering what to do about a court situation or something with justice. Could be like that. I mean, because it is the Justice card. However, because it's you, Libra, I think that, and most times in life, we end up being our most challenging personality to deal with is our own. So yeah, we will clarify. I'm just going to quickly go through these. The heart of the matter is the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands reverse as the heart of the matter. 10-10 is telling us that the heart is like, no, you know what? I'm going to reprioritize. I'm going to put things in a different order of importance. And I'm not going to carry so much on my person. I'm not going to carry so much to worry about on my heart. I'm not going to lay it on my heart to worry about this, because priorities need to be shifted. And I think that's great. And there is a kicker to your reading, because it's kind of like it reminds me of being done with somebody, possibly a King of Wands type energy, or maybe an Emperor energy. Maybe it's a Leo, Aries, or Sag. But I feel like this person comes back, or you decide to go back to a situation that you're absolutely dead set on not doing that right now. At the moment, if you're asked, I think you would say, no, I'm not going to go after that, or I'm not going to revisit that situation. But I think that there's some kind of closure needed, whether it's closure to transform something completely, or just to revisit and pick up the pieces. All right. So the 7 of Pentacles is future energy, and the reverse has you kind of looking at your investments a little bit differently. What you have patience for, what you can wait on, and what you don't. There is, like I said, there's a twist to your reading, and I feel like there's well, it's the next 48 hour, but I feel like something's going to be made known to yourself. Perhaps something that you didn't know about yourself. A truth of some sort, as the Ace of Swords. So with it being in the reverse, you feel like you just weren't clued in, or like you had no idea, probably, that something or someone wouldn't turn out the best. that something was not gonna, like, I feel like you feel like everybody knows something except for you in that energy. See what I mean? Your readings have been kind of hard. So you're trying to get things back under control. You're trying to take back control. Really might be dealing with authority, or your own strategy. Your own strategy. There's something that just didn't work with this Emperor energy, because you have the 10 of Swords too. So there's something that even if you go by the book, it's not right. There's something that's not right about it. That's why it's leaving you internally conflicted. Yeah. Not eternally conflicted, internally conflicted. So High Priestess in reverse is you just don't know what or who to believe at this time. You feel kind of vulnerable. That's what you're thinking about, is like, oh, I don't want to be, I don't want to feel like this. Like, you don't want to feel vulnerable or left available for somebody to 10 of Swords you, you know? So you just don't want that. So I have to say that even though you lose patience with this person or situation, there is a revisiting. Whether you want to revisit with this person, whether this person, it seems like, wants to come back, either to get closure. Like I said, this is going to be up to you. Either closure or a complete transformation has to take place in order for something to work out. It's a new day, though, when you get this card. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, because it is the ending of something and going into something else. Excuse me. That was so loud. I hope that wasn't too loud. All right, so basically, you know what has hurt you. You know what would betray. I want to know, let's get a little bit more of this solution going, because this is like getting a lot of sleep. This is actually being able to get sleep. And then we're going to touch on maybe some things that you didn't know about that that Ace of Swords is trying to, let you know about, or yeah. So, so tell us about the solution here. What is the solution that comes to Libra? What's the solution that comes to Libras? The Queen of Cups. The solution that comes to Libras is you can't do everything for everyone else. You can't be there for everyone else. You can't understand love for somebody else. You can't make somebody receive your love. Therefore, the Queen of Cups is like, no, you have to love yourself. You have to concentrate on you. It might be a challenge, but just simply talking to somebody that, you know, even a therapist or just a friend or colleague, somebody that can give you some good advice. I think that reaching out to somebody is important, and watching out for any kind of emotional thing being used as manipulation, like watching out for people that are just loving to get something. And I think that you taking care of you and focusing on that and putting the priorities of taking care of yourself first, I think that's going to be really important. So whatever that solution is, so you might want to focus on, you know, those things that sometimes we lose focus on whenever there's a hard time or something we're struggling with. So it might be like, okay, you know, I need to pay attention to how much sleep I'm getting. I need to pay attention to that I'm eating right. I need to, whatever it is, you need to get back on track and doing that. So the Ace of Swords in the reverse, maybe the tarot can give us some answers of what it is exactly that you feel like you don't know. What is this Ace of Swords about? Lacking truth, lacking clarity. You need the information on how to really change or transform something. It's like you need to know the information. You're throwing up your hands here with the King of Swords and saying, look, I'm not an expert. I'm not the one that writes the rules, the regulations, or whatever that, well, maybe you are. but you know, that King of Swords is saying, like, I didn't know this, either that this was going on, or I'm not the expert here. How should I know? Like that, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. You could be a little bit, I want to say that you could be feeling some energy, or maybe even putting it on yourself, that this person or whatever was that cause of the Ten of Swords maybe didn't want to see you succeed and it was keeping some kind of truth from you. It could be that too. And why people do things like this every now and then, I don't know. But if that's it, you could be being too hard. Maybe it's you that energy is talking about, being too hard on yourself and kind of being sarcastic about things. So maybe it's saying that, yes, it'd be good to consult an expert or get like a lawyer or somebody in here that knows how to deal with that stuff, or, you know what I mean? Like the rules, the regulations, the doing it by the book. Maybe you don't feel that disciplined at the moment to even go after to find some kind of truth because of that hurt. And that would make sense too. So it has something to do with that. That would help you find some more truth and clarity. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse for the future. Yeah. Well, you completely let go of that. It's a victory. If you can, this is the card. I didn't want to mention it. This is the card that I remembered from your last reading. I think it was in reverse too, maybe. I don't know. But it was some kind of like extra third-party situation. And when I say that, that means anything from just a hurtful situation that did involve more than, two or maybe a group of people. But you're letting go and processing this emotion, which means you've allowed it to kind of integrate into how you feel and are not going to invest in the heartache anymore. And that will be a victory for you. That will be a victory for you. Recognition for getting through a really tough time. So the High Priestess, probably That is somewhat of a concern. Feeling vulnerable. I feel like, without even having to get clarification, I feel like that has to do with needing an expert for more information or guidance for your truth and clarity, because there's some kind of fight to be won, and you win it. So I feel like, you know, give us some advice for the High Priestess in the reverse. How can we maybe tap back into feeling secure with what we know? King of Pentacles. Rearranging your priorities when it comes to family and finance and what you're committed to, and kind of making sure that those things are balanced as good as they can. And feeling vulnerable because you are that, it feels like you are that entrepreneur, or maybe you're hoping that everything's going to go really well in that sense. And it should. Taurus energy there. Taurus, yeah, Aries, you have Scorpio. The outcome, like I said, you're revisiting a situation, or somebody is going to try to come back with the Eight of Cups and that death. And look, it's a surprise. I can't get any cards for more information, because Three of Wands in the reverse, it's something that you just didn't see. You didn't see this person either coming back, or you didn't see this transformation. Whatever this closing or ending might be, something that you didn't see, and it might have to do with the Ten of Swords, what you've already been through and what you end up being able to process and let go. And that's what I've got for your next 48 hours. See, look, there's the Lovers. Everything turns out good. You're going to make really good decisions, because this is going to lead you to, if you don't already know that, a crossroads in your life where you make a huge decision of which direction to go. No matter what people say, don't let don't let somebody pull you off your focus. And that's what I got. So, Libra, let's end your reading here with, wow, that was really, really long. I didn't mean for it to be quite that long, but 777 in the flow. Yeah, your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. Even those hurtful things that we go through that can teach us oh so much, right? A state of peace and calmness is in your soul. And remember, 777, I am in the flow. I am in the flow. All right. Thanks, Libra. Sending you love and light. Bye-bye.